up, everybody? I'm here with Alexis, and today we are going to be doing some scary stories that has happened to us in the past, or
And while we are telling stories, I'm going to be cleaning her eyeshadow palette because it is filthy.
I'm not a very clean person.
No, and when we move in together, because I'm not living alone.
No, you're not. That's the thing too. You're gonna be like, Bella, can I come over?
Yeah.
Bitch, I guarantee you're gonna be crying
anxiety.
too. She can't stand a couple minutes without me. That's the problem.
I can't stand a couple minutes without anybody.
That's true.
Like, I have separation anxiety.
You text me more though.
Yeah.
Like, she's like, are you alive? Can I talk to you? And I'm like, I'm right here. Go ahead. What do you need? I'm bored. And then she'll be perfectly fine. I'm like, okay, cool, whatever. And like, when we're in college, she can be like, Bella, you at work? No, I'm not at work. I'm at home. Can I come over? Come on over. Okay, I'll be over there in a minute. And then she'll show up and be like, okay, I'm better now. And I'm like, what the fuck? You better off just moving in.
I actually might move in.
You might as well.
Because I'm going to be coming over to your house. If I live alone,
She's gonna bawl.
I'm going to.
She's gonna cry herself to sleep, guaranteed. But that's besides. That's besides
I can't
the
be in a
point.
house alone.
No, she really can't.
I have to either be on the phone with someone or have to be with someone. Because every time I'm alone at my house, I'm either on the phone with her or one of my other friends.
Yeah.
Which mainly is her.
But that's besides the point. Let's get into it. So, I'm gonna start off with a scary story that it's not really, like, it didn't happen to me, but it happened to, like, my uncle. No, it did happen to me. So, we were hunting, and we had just bagged this big buck. Or I bagged the big buck. So, we're sitting there in this stand, or I'm sitting in my stand, and he's sitting in his stand. We got 48 acres, so we're spread out across the property. And I'm sitting in my stand, and this beautiful doe comes in. I'm like, oh, dude. If I get a couple more does, but a big old spike might come in or whatever. Trying to look for, like, a mate. And I give out a few calls, because we don't normally use calls. I use them. And, dude, this humongous buck comes in. I mean, freaking... This motherfucker's an 8x7. I'm like, Jesus Christ, this is a big ass buck. 8x7? I was like, shit. So we bagged the deer. Oh, I shot him. I killed him. And what we normally do is we put him on the back of the Ranger, 4-wheeler, whatever we have. And we'll park like a little ways out. And then we'll walk to the stand so we don't make too much noise. So I had to leave the buck there. Left to go get the Ranger. Came back to get the buck. And as soon as I get to the buck, because we had like these little radios. I radioed my uncle. I'm like, hey, dude, I just bagged this humongous buck. What's your... did you get anything yet? And he goes, nah, dude. I ain't got nothing. I was like, all right, cool. Well... You want me meet me up by the gate? He goes, yeah, I'll meet you up by the gate. We get to the gate. But on my way to the gate, it's a weird ass sound. It sounds like a growl. It isn't a growl, dude. It's a growl, but it's not like a bobcat. It's not like a wolf. Like, it's like a human type shit growl. And I'm like, okay, that's fucking weird. So I get to the thing, I'm like, dude, did you hear that growling sound? He goes, I heard it, but it sounded closer to you. He was like, yeah, it sounded close. So we're sitting there, and I don't know if you know what a tree knock is. It's when you take this, like, a stick or whatever, and you bang it on another tree. Like a log, and you go, boom, and it makes a knock. We hear like 3 of those. I'm like, what is going on? So I was like, oh, I got an idea. Let's go ahead and throw a couple tree knocks. 1 second. Red Dodge. So I was like, I got the bright idea. I'm going to be like, oh, well, I'm the dumb blonde. Let's go ahead and throw some tree knocks out there. So I grabbed this decent log, about this big, and I hit a tree. Did that about 3 times. No response. So we're like, okay, cool. Let's go skin the deer. So we pull up to the little skinning thing, because you hang it by like their legs, and you skin them. Don't know what they're called. How you gonna hunt and not know what they're called? I don't know. But we're sitting there, skinning the deer. And dude, all we hear is this massive growl. And we're sitting there, we're like, oh my God, what is this? What's that? What's going on? And my cousin like calls me, he's like, dude, what is that sound? Because we have a compound. We've got my grandpa, grandma, my family, my aunt and uncle, my other aunt and uncle right next to each other. My grandpa's here. I'm here. So he's right in front of us or behind us. And then my 2 aunt and uncles live next to each other. So we got a compound on 48 acres. And he calls me. He's like, God, what was that? And I go, I don't know, but we heard that when we were in the stands. He's like, well, I'm going to come over because I'm going to help y'all skin that deer because I heard y'all shot something and yell. And I'm like, oh, yeah, we got something. So he gets over there and I'm like, hey, go grab the water hose or whatever because we got to clean the deer off. And he's like, no, you go get it. It's your deer. You got to do it. And I was like, all right, fine, I'll go do it. I get to the hose, dude. And I swear, I heard the hairs on the back of my neck stood up. And I knew something was off. And I'm like, oh, dude, this ain't good. And then I felt like something was watching me toward the hay bales. Because it's, you know where the outside shower is?
Yeah.
And the water hose is like right there. Mm-hmm. You know where all those hay bales are? Like right over there. And they're like stacked on top of each other. Yeah. It felt like something was watching me from like right behind. Because right behind there's the bass pond. And it's got that wooded area. And then right behind that's the bass pond and the catfish pond.
Oh.
And I was like, oh shit, dude, this is fucked up. So I call my uncle and I yell. I was like, dude, I think something's watching me. And he goes, what do you mean something's watching you? I was like, dude, my hair's sticking up on the back of my neck and I've got chicken skin. Goosebumps, whatever. I call them chicken skin. Like, dude, I got fucking chicken skin. Look, and he goes, God. And this fool's almost bald. And he goes, I feel the hairs on my arms sticking up. I'm like, dude, we gotta skin this deer and get the fuck out. So we finished skinning the deer. We put the meat in the freezer. And then everybody hauled ass home. Because we're like, dude, we're not staying out here with this thing. I don't know what it is, but we're not doing this. And me and my other best friend, Kylie, we're into this big show called Mountain Monsters. I mean, there's this team called the Ag team. And there's Buck, there's Wild Bill, there's Billy, Willie, and Huckleberry. Oh God, I love Huckleberry. He's this old dude, but he's so funny. I love Buck. I love Buck too. He's the tracker. No, he's either the tracker or the caller. Wild Bill and God, what is his name? We gotta watch. I'm gonna get you into Mountain Monsters. You're gonna watch it. You don't have a choice. But they hunt after, like, Bigfoot. And they've got video proof of Bigfoot, too. Ooh. Like, they have this drone up in the sky. You can see Bigfoot walking across in the trees. Like, you can see him. He's there. You've got proof. And they go after these different monsters. And they show you the picture of the monsters they're going after. They have, like, these graph pictures. And they can show you what they look like. And, dude, I swear, like, there's this one called the Cherokee Devil. And then there's No Man's Land up in there in Virginia. It's called No Man's Land. Oh, no. No Man's Land and Tiger Valley.
Oh.
Tiger Valley, there was the old leader, he died from, like, cancer. God, he was so perfect. I loved him. Trapper. His name was Trapper. And he used to work for this oil miner. And they had this big oil tower that would, like, pump, like, oil up.
Yeah.
And one day it stopped. And he said he got up in there. And he got to his best buddy's house, the one he worked with. And said, dude, we might have just opened the gate to fucking hell. Because whatever he saw down there, he kept with them. He wrote in the diary. He has like different things that they do, and they have this thing called the Witch's Quest, and they have to find different monsters. And one time, what is his name? Jeffro. He is the guy with the thermal gun. Not thermal gun, but he has like this thermal, and he can see all kinds of different things. They found him in an old barn with a skull, like a little tiny skull bead up his nose. And there was a video of these masked people putting it up his nose and torturing him. It scared him. Well, it scared him pretty good. But Wild Bill, the trapper guy, he went to go get stuff, and he said, "There's red eyes beyond the pine trees." And when Buck, like the new leader, I think, went to go radio him, his radio was out there in the middle of the field. And he went back, he was like, "Red eyes beyond the pines," and there was pines, and out of nowhere, dude, he heard gunshots. It was Wild Bill. Oh no, it was either Bill or Wild Bill. Wild Bill. He heard gunshots, and he was like, "Dude, that's him." No, his name's Willie. His name's Willie. God, I can't think of the names. I haven't watched it in forever. Willie, sorry. Willie's the one out there. When the Ames team got to Willie, he was so scared he pissed his pants. And this is a grown-ass man. And it takes a lot to scare Willie. Like, this dude pissed his pants. And they couldn't, that next night, they have like this little fire pit. And they go ahead and they talk about their mission that they just did. He was so fucking scared, he couldn't say shit. He said that it tried to get close to him, and he could smell its breath. Ooh. That happened to Jeffro, too. When they went after the, it was like this lion-type creature. This motherfucker was in a tree, and it jumped down on top of Jeffro. He said he could taste its breath. Same thing happened to Huckleberry, but what the fuck was that?
That was me.
Oh, bitch, don't ever do that again. Woo! He was under this ridge, and there was this little cold waterfall. Like this this water that would drip down. Everybody's had something with something. And it's freezing there, dude. He got under there with just his freaking underwear on and sat there under the water in freezing temperatures. And they could not get him out of the water. Like, something forced him to be there. And he couldn't tell anybody what was going on. But there's also, I can't remember her name, but it's something woman. I was terrified of her, dude. I saw her on camera and I'm like, oh my God. I'll think of her name later on. But it's something woman. I have Kylie's number, but I don't talk to her no more. It's because she doesn't have a phone. It's her mom's number. It's, something woman. But the little red Indian girl, I remember her. So there's this little red shed, and Buck crawled in there, and he said he had a little handprint on her, on his arm, but there was a big handprint on him. That was the Bigfoot handprint and the little girl's handprint. And he used an EMF reader to talk to the little girl, and she was scared of the Bigfoot. Or no, the Bigfoot was protecting her from whatever it was. Y'all can call this fake, but there's nothing to fake about that one. They've got actual video proof. Nah, dude. I'm calling that real. Come hate me in my comments. I don't care. That's real. And so, the woman touched Jeffro's arm, Willie's arm, Huckleberry's arm, and Buck's arm. They had to go out there in the middle of the night and face the woman. They had to stay out there, and she, like, tried to, like, get in. And it was a curse. She wouldn't leave them alone until they faced her on. So they sat there in the woods at different locations. 2 of them in each building. Like 3 different buildings. And they had to sit there and endure her, like, banging on the doors, trying to get in, and screaming. And after she stopped, she said, "Now you're free." And they didn't have the handprints on them anymore. It was a tattoo. It wouldn't come off until she said, "Now you're free." And they looked down at their arm, and their handprint was gone. It was gone. And I'm like, this is scary. I got chicken skin just now talking about it. Oh, no, I don't. On my arms, I do.
Oh, yeah, you do.
I've got bumpy skin, too.
But that's like...
That's chicken skin. Dude.
I don't.
You can't fake that shit. You can't fake that. And then, back to the story. So, after we all got home, we slept. And this was around, like, 3 in the morning. Because we're out there late as shit. But we get good game, too. Because there was a high fence. There's a high fence. And animals, like, a long time ago, when we had that big, massive flood in Hallettsville, the deer ended up getting out. And that was no longer, like, a high fence farm. That's, like, an abandoned place. And all the deer are out now. They're living perfectly fine. And that's one of the big bucks that they owned. And I got that, buck. Or spike, whatever you want to call it. And then, after that morning we woke up, like, everybody my cousin, my uncle, this is my Uncle Jerry. This was a softball coach, Uncle Jerry.
Maddie?
Jerry Griffin. That's him. That's the uncle I was with.
Oh.
Emily Griffin, you know her?
Yeah.
That's my cousin.
I did not know that.
She goes to Texas Tech. Josh Griffin, that's my other cousin. He did track. But yeah. That's my story. Oh, no, that's not done. It's not done. We all sat there in the garage at my grandparents' house. We just sat there like this. We're like, what happened last night? This morning? What happened this morning at 3? Because that's some bullshit. And my uncle was like, so what happened to you? I said, well, when I went to go get the water hose so we could clean the meat off or, like, get blood off our hands or whatever, the hair on the back of my neck stood up. I was like, oof. It takes a lot to scare me.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I can watch 3 scary videos that actually happen, and I won't even be scared. Like, I have to watch, like, 20 of those to be like, I gotta piss my pants kind of scared. And, dude, that was equivalent to, like, 40 scary movies. And I can't do scary movies. I really can't. The Conjuring I can do. It's perfectly fine. But, like, The Purge, which is not really that bad. It's not a scary movie. I swear, The Purge isn't scary, but it's got little jump scares in it. So it's The Purge, all the Conjuring movies, zombie movies combined. That's how fucking pissed scary it was. And I told him what happened.
I can't even watch a scary movie.
I can't watch a scary movie to save my life besides The Conjuring and The Purge. The Purge isn't even scary, dude. It's just a bunch of murder. That's it. It really is. And then they call it a scary movie. I'm like, what's scary about it? Murder? I watched murder like growing up my whole life. Yes. First 48, NCIS. Dude, you name it, I've watched it. SWAT, done.
My grandparent.
I'm into the murder shows.
I'm not. I don't really watch murder stuff.
Your grandpa does.
Oh, yeah. He watches NCIS.
I love Gib. Gib is my man. Gibbs, I love him. Growing up, dude, you don't want to hear what I said growing up. Growing up, my mom was like, so who's your favorite character on NCIS? And I'd poke my head in like this. I'll show you. Because I'll be in, like, the other room. My mom will be here. Bella, who's your favorite NCIS agent? Gibbs. And then I'd run off to go play or something. And she'd be like, yep, there's my Gib girl. My mom used to make fun of me, too. She's like, oh, you love Gibbs. I'm like, dude, he's my favorite character. That's it. Okay? That's it. What the fuck was that? I don't know. And that's all for me. You go ahead. I'm going to use the bathroom real quick. So, go watch an ad real quick. All right?
We're back.
We're back. Okay. So, that's my scary story. What's your scary story? Like, it doesn't even have to be a real dude. Just, like, do a scary story.
This is kind of real. It's real, but there's some little parts that may seem fake. They kind of are.
Yeah. But yeah, that's how far we got. It was a lot dirtier than it was. Like,
look at that, brother.
It looks brand new besides the point that it's been used a lot, but it looks clean like it's brand new, but it's not. I've had this for years.
Yeah.
This is from Sephora.
Dang.
I know that.
I'm still cleaning it.
You're still cleaning it?
Okay. So there are some little fake parts into mine, but most of this is real. So one time when I was like 8 or so, like this was like 2020, 2024. Not 2020, that was last year. Like 2020, like 2022, 2020 to 2022.
Well, we don't fuck around with this either. Like, I wouldn't tell you this if this wasn't real.
Like, one time, like, I was home alone. Like I said, it was 2020 to 2024. 2022, not 2024. She's putting on makeup. And I was home alone because my mom had to go to work and my sister had to go to work. This was over the summer. And my parents are divorced.
Mine are too.
So I was with my mom at the time because I couldn't go over to my dad and my stepmom's house.
Oh.
Actually, at the time, they were not married. They weren't, like, they didn't even know each other. This was still when I had my dad's ex-girlfriend. You suck, Angie.
Fuck you, stupid bitch.
And fuck your kids, too.
Oh, damn. Oh, we're not even related.
We're not even.
But this is my bitch. My cousin. No. Fuck that. We're not even cousins, dude. You're my sister.
Yeah, we're sisters.
I'm her dad's... I don't even know how much children.
Don't tell anyone. Don't tell my dad I said this. But my dad kind of doesn't like you.
What the fuck?
He's fine with you and all, but
why doesn't he like me? Am I weird?
No, he just doesn't like how
weird I am and how energetic I am.
No, how how you are, because you were friends with black kids last year.
Oh, that's why. I'm not friends with them anymore. Besides Vanessa, and Vanessa's like a book nerd. Yeah, she's a good person though. She has her moments, but she really is a nice person when you get to know her. Like,
yeah, and I'm cool with Vanessa.
We cool. Vanessa, I love you. You're my best friend. That's why I went like this. She's my second best friend. Chillax.
No, she's your best friend. We're sisters.
Yeah, we're sisters.
Okay.
But that's the only reason he doesn't like me.
And I hope y'all got snacks for y'all's break. Okay, but still, back to the story. So, I didn't have my phone at the time. And so I couldn't text anybody. I had my iPad, but...
Yes, we were iPad kids. Don't judge.
Yeah, please don't judge me.
I've had 2.
Same. Actually, no, I've had 3. Don't ask why. One was an Amazon Fire one. Those
suck. Ass, dude. You only get shitty games. Them games are shitty.
Actually, no, I had 2 of those. I had one at my dad's and one at my mom's. I have an iPad at my mom's and an iPad at my dad's. I don't know where my iPad at my dad's is. That's fine. Back to my story.
That's besides the point.
Yeah. Sorry, this is gonna be a lot of side notes because I have ADD and she has ADHD. So
no. And I haven't taken my medicine. Taken my medicine. But that's because I cannot eat on my medicine at all.
Like, even after a couple hours?
Even after a couple hours, even when it wears off, I can't eat anything.
But, yeah. So.
Do we have any nochi soup?
No, I think we ate all of it.
No, there was still some last night. I'm gonna go see if we have some. I want some. Italian soup. I'm Italian.
Yeah, she's Italian. I'm Czech.